I think I'm long overdue for a video like this, but you know how it is, especially with all this shit I've been doing and all the other shit I've been dealing with. You know, it is what it is. But yeah, 2026, y'all. It's a new year. And it's definitely a new adventure, that's for sure. Oh, man. Oh, my God. For someone who didn't go to ALA, but did go to ALA, that was the best Saturday night ever. That shit was so sick. I'm so glad that I changed my mind and decided to bum it out over there. I can cross that off my list too. Going to a convention without actually going to the convention. It's so sick. ALA was sick. AI was sick. K Playfest. Even though, I was more over there than I was at the AI, but you know. Yeah, dude. 2026 is going to be a new year, that is for sure. If you know, you know. But yeah. There's a lot of things to talk about, but I don't want to make this an hour-long video. I guess the first thing I'll talk about is I guess I was wrong. We are in 2026, and Dancerush Stardom is still alive. But hey, I mean, if you asked me 6 months ago, I was 100% right. The fact that there is a change of plans, I mean, I got it from the horse's mouth. So I'm like, okay, this game's going to die. This game's not going to be at round 1 anymore at the end of 2026. I mean, 2025. Like I said, you asked me 6 months ago, I was 100% right. But if you ask me now, I was 100% wrong because there's a change in plans. So it is what it is. I mean, you can't fucking play the game at Puente Hills, that's for sure. You have to go all the way to Lakewood if you want to play on a good pad. And the tournament at Anime Impulse, went off without a hitch. Same old, same old. You still got people doing like some Fortnite bullshit on the pad, and that's just the new direction of Dancerush. I can't pretend that it's 2018, 2019, and that everybody's playing the game to play the game. That's a long distant memory now. This is a new age of Dancerush, and God knows that I do not like this new age Dancerush. But it is what it is. If they like it, they like it. If that's how they want to see the game, if that's how they want to play the game, then I'm glad that Dancerush isn't dead, even though it technically is dead in the sense of like the game is dead. I don't care how many crossover songs that we get in the game. I don't care if we get 1,000 crossover songs in Dancerush in 2026. The game is dead. Until we get a big major event, the game is dead. As far as I'm concerned, the game is dead. It might still be around. It might still exist. You could still play it. But the game is dead. Let's not kid ourselves here. But if everybody else is happy, then I'm happy. So there's that. But yeah, I was wrong. That's the small and short of it. Yeah, that's it. The other thing is, I deal with a lot of shit. And like I said in past videos, I've dealt with years and years of bullshit that I do not speak up about on, and I just don't. It's because I avoid all confrontation, even if it's somebody pushing past my boundaries. I will still just like be quiet and not say anything. until it gets to like the absolute breaking point, and then I blow up, and then I crash out, and then I go off on people, and then I make videos about people. That's me. That's how I work. And you know, that just has been a theme. More so recently, because like I said, I've dealt with years and years of bullshit, and I don't tell anybody anything. And then when I do tell somebody something, they always have a reaction of like, whoa, where is this coming from? You never act this way before. I don't understand why you're acting so, I don't understand why you're being so dramatic about this one thing that happened one time. Which in reality, it's not. It's multiple things that happen multiple times that I don't tell anybody about, because I don't want to have the confrontation and make people feel uncomfortable being like, hey, you know that thing you said about me, or you know that thing you did to me? I don't like that. You should probably not do that anymore, or else I'm going to be angry and upset. But who wants to be told that? Because Jesus Christ, if I were to tell everybody everything that made me uncomfortable or stuff that I didn't like, everybody would just be awkward and uncomfortable. Because people just do random dumb shit to me or say stuff about me, and then I'm supposed to be like, oh, I'm so happy. I don't give a shit about what y'all are doing or saying or all that shit. But at the end of the day, especially in the later quarter of 2025, I think I learned that you cannot fight every battle, even if it's a battle that you should be fighting. Because at the end of the day, it's never going to be worth it. Because there are so many battles that I tried fighting that does not work out, even if it's the best case scenario. So what I'm basically saying is, even if you have 100% reason to fight a battle, doesn't mean that you should. Because at the end of everything, it's just going to turn into a shit show. And then nobody's going to be happy at the end of it. And that's what I'm learning. Which, even though I just talked about it, the solution to me living a better life is just for me to shut the fuck up and not tell people that they're making me uncomfortable, and not tell people that they shouldn't say stuff about me, and not tell people that they shouldn't do stuff to me. I should just let that all go as it flows and not say anything and not do anything about it. Because if I start doing stuff about stuff that's affecting me, and then I say stuff about somebody, or I put out a video about somebody, then I'm the bad guy. I'm the one doing the wrong thing. But then if I don't make a video, if I don't talk about people, if I don't say anything about somebody who's making me feel bad or uncomfortable, then life moves on, right? The next day comes, and then the day after, and then you see that person who probably makes you feel uncomfortable, and then you're just smiling and laughing and making dumb jokes. Because if you don't say anything about how uncomfortable you feel, then they will never know how uncomfortable that they make you feel. And then everybody's happy, and nobody has to feel awkward, and nobody has to feel uncomfortable. But that's it's just that easy. Just don't say anything. Just keep everything bottled up, and then nobody gets upset or angry or uncomfortable, or, you know. But then it's like, the people who are watching this, you know which side you're on. And obviously there are people that I talk to who don't make me feel uncomfortable and don't say dumb shit about me and don't treat me like I'm some sort of clown or a joke. There are people that are my friends who treat me like a person and talk to me like a person. And they know not to say or do dumb shit to me to fucking make me mad. And surprise, surprise, I still talk to those people. I still hang out with those people. You know? Like, I hope people on this side can see all the friends that I hang out with on the other side. And I hope they can see what they do and how they act so that I don't crash out on them. So that I don't make a 15-minute video about them. Like, at the same time, I just need to not say anything to anybody about how I feel. But then, on the other hand, I do need to say to certain people about how I feel or how certain people make me feel. But then, it's like a fucking chaotic tornado. Because if it was them in my shoes and they wanted to speak out, then it feels like the whole world would kneel down to that person whenever they speak out. But if it's me speaking out, then, oh, I'm just crashing out. Oh, I'm being over dramatic. Oh, I don't know what I'm saying. I'm saying nonsense. And it feels like I've been going through that for years. And I know I've been going through that for years because there's literally things that I've done in the past that I have been criticized for. But then there are groups of people who do similar or the same things that I do or similar to the same things that I say. But then when they say it, it's totally fine. It's totally not a big deal when they say it. But if I'm going to say something and I'm going to do something, especially when I have 100% reason to be saying or doing something, then I'm the bad guy. I'm the crazy one. And that's like that's the whole problem. Feels like people do not understand. It feels like people think I'm just saying and doing stuff for no reason. And that's where the problem lies here. But again, just thinking about over the years, if I never spoke up about how I felt about people or how certain people make me feel, if I never spoke up about that, then maybe things would be different. Maybe I'd still be talking to that person. Maybe I'd still be friends with that person. Maybe I'd still be in that community or this community. You know, that's just how it feels, man. I'm just trying to live my life, dude. Like, you know, there's some good people out there. There's some bad people out there. I definitely know there are some bad people out there. I'm good. I'm a good person. But I have my limits. I have my boundaries. And if people don't understand my boundaries, then I get upset. And I want to let people know that I'm upset. But apparently if I do that, then that makes me a shitty person. So, yeah, that's what, like I said, this is what I've been dealing with for years. With certain people, certain groups, certain communities. It's just like, it feels like I'm in every circle, but I'm like on the most outside rim of those circles, you know? Because I've been with so many like friend groups, so many communities, but most of them I just feel like I'm on the outside. Like, if I, you know, and I'm like an outcast, an outsider. That's how it always feels like. And now, I mean, I don't know, dude. At the end of the day, I go home, I sleep in my own bed, and I'm the only person in that bed. I'm the only person I look at when I look through the mirror, and there's nobody else next to me. Oh my god. So what's the moral of this story? The moral of the story is that we're gonna try and not crash out anymore, even though I may or may not have 100% reason to do so. Just because I have reason to do so doesn't mean I should, and crashing out never ends good. So we're gonna try and not show the signs of crashing out. We're just gonna live life, avoid danger, I guess you could say. You know, like if there's a fire, you're not gonna run toward the fire, right? Even though people like to look at fire, they like to look at the train wrecks. I just have to avoid the fires, avoid the train wrecks, live my own life, and enjoy life with people that understand me. Because it's really nice to go out by yourself and to be with people who don't know who you are. They don't know what you've said. They don't know what you've done. And then they're just chilling with you, and there's no judgment. There's no fakeness, because you've never met these people before, and you're hanging out with them, and you're all there to have a good time. And that's where I find my happiness. So yeah, I'm very going out by myself to events and going out by myself is where I find my peace. And unless people can understand what I want and the peace that I'm trying to go for, then I'm going to have a very small circle of friends. Yeah, wherever you guys want to take away from that, you know, whoever the fuck is watching this, you know, I didn't even talk about the other shit. All I'm gonna say, guys, is please understand what I've been going through, especially in 2025, like the later half of 2025. Please just don't be ignorant of what I've been through. And if you don't know, you don't know. I'm not going to hold that against you. But man, guys. Man. Yeah, I don't know. That's it. That's the end of the video. Say goodbye, Gabba Gooba. And say goodbye, Gabba Gooba 2 and Gabba Gooba 3. We're fucking out of here. 2026, baby. Let's fucking do it.